So Fungie the dolphin is a male bottlenose dolphin that has been living here since 1983, so 36 years now. He is estimated to be somewhere between 41 to 46 years old, but unfortunately we don't have an exact age on him, and it's, as you can imagine, it's quite difficult to get an exact age for him. He's been living here quite happily for this entire time, and seems to love it. He does on occasion get some other dolphins. These would be dolphins that would be swimming past Ireland, migrating north during the summer months. They might come here for a few hours to a few days, but generally no longer than that. And Fungi will interact with them, play with them, but the odd part is that as these dolphins leave, Fungi does tend to stay behind and doesn't particularly want to leave with them. And again, we have absolutely no idea why, and we have no idea why he's even staying here for as long as he has. So he's very unique, and he's very much a treasure here in Dingle. As with all dolphins, it is extremely normal for them to be in large groups or pods. Again, this is a lot of the uniqueness of Fungi, is that he is on his own. There are very many different theories and ideas and possible reasons as to why he's on his own, why he is here, but we haven't come up with any concrete or ideas. But again, it's just the uniqueness of Fungi to be on his own. He seems to enjoy it, and yeah, as I said, unfortunately we have no idea as to why he is here on his own. We don't have any special calls or anything like that. I wish we would. It would make this job an awful lot easier. No, due to the sound of the engines, the noise obviously travels much further through the water than much quicker than through air. As such, Fungi has quite good hearing, so he is able to hear the boats coming towards us. So, I mean, we think, although we haven't been able to prove, but we think that he is even able to distinguish between boats based on the sound of the engines and on the boats. But again, it's just a working idea or a theory at the moment. But yeah, no, he knows when the boats are coming, he knows when they're going. He particularly likes small boats. Sailing boats are his favourites because he can have a lot more fun playing around with them. But dinghies, anything like that, smaller boats, he tends to like them because they're a lot more fun for him. But new boats in particular, small new boats are his absolute favourites. There are two companies that do trips out to see Fungi, and there is a limit. I believe it's upwards, it's 12, is 10 or 11 or 12, I believe. I could be mistaken, but I believe it's 11 or 12 is the cap. So there is a limit on how many boats can come out here to see Fungi. And if someone wants to bring in a new boat, then one of the existing boats has to leave. The idea is, a lot of it is for Fungi so that it doesn't get too crowded for him, although that's never been an issue he's never been an issue, because if there have been a lot of boats, Fungi has had no trouble whatsoever in leaving. It's actually extremely easy for him to disappear on us if he wants to. But yeah, though it's for Fungi's sake and for safe navigation as well, there has to be a limit, especially at very low tides. When all the boats sometimes can be very close together. The fewer the boats, the safer. But there is a limit, yes. I don't actually know the age limit, as it were, of a wild dolphin. In captivity, I believe they can get up to around 50 or 60. But I think the reason for that is because they have reliable source of food. They have a consistently reliable source of food, and they're very well looked after by comparison to wild dolphins. Wild dolphins, because they are traveling such huge distances, and their food is very much dependent on fish. They might have to go a day or two without food, or they might be able to get food consistently for a couple of days and then it might not find anything, as with any wild animal. So that would obviously, as you can imagine, that would put a lot of stress and strain on their body over the many years. So it is expected that wild dolphins would be slightly would have a lower age limit than, say, captive dolphins. But the fact is, I actually don't. I don't think anyone really knows the age limit of a wild dolphin.